Welcome back, our timeless listeners. This is Timeless Talk. I am your host, AJ. To the right of me, as always, I have my co-host, ArmShark.
What's up, guys?
And today is a very special episode. I have not one, but two guests on my show today.
Very talented guests.
And very close to me, near dear friends that I actually consider family. One's a rapper and one's a music producer. They're a duo. They go by Moonlight. The rapper's name is Memnoch. The producer's name is Leo Legendary. Say hello, guys.
What's up?
Yo. What's going on?
Fucking tight, dude.
So yeah, we're excited to have you guys on episode 6.
Episode 6, live in Venice Beach, baby.
On a $2 million balcony, which is pretty cool. Fuck
Overlooking the beautiful water. It's such a nice view.
The vibes are there. The vibes are here. The vibes are here. The vibes are real. So the topic of the evening is going to be the evolution of hip-hop.
Yeah.
I thought, who else better to have on my show than two guys that are so close to it, man?
Fuck yeah,
It's in the underground world, you know what I'm saying?
So, the evolution of hip-hop, dude, I just actually fucking heard this shit on the YouTube video, right?
Really?
And you know how, like, you got the mumble rap and all that shit? People are like, oh, it's not like back then, it's not like back then. But every decade, they say the same thing. So the 90s was like, it's not like the 80s. The 80s was like, it's not like the late 70s.
Right.
I think it was just for the youth. So you notice, like, our style of clothing changed. So that's why, like, their music is not really for our youth. So that's what I learned. Like, they said it's just more for the youth. It's not the fact that they're not doing it like, oh, they're not real hip-hop no more nowadays. I mean, in my opinion, it's not, but it's for the youth. And that's just our evolution. That's
I see.
just tight,
So,
dude.
I mean, everybody, plus my music it changes, depends on the person's ear, right, who's listening to it, too. But before we get into the topic, though, I want you guys to let our listeners know who you are. Give us a little bit about your background.
You want to go first, my man?
Go ahead. You want which one you guys
For sure. My name is Leo Legendary. I have been producing for about, I want to say maybe 15 years, possibly even more than that.
Okay.
It's crazy. The way that I got started was I didn't start making beats. I actually started breakdancing. That was
really?
literally
That's dope,
like,
man. I didn't even know
that's
that.
how I
That's
got
crazy.
into hip hop, was straight up breakdancing. Is that
Cardboard.
yeah, I did.
dope.
I
I
did
didn't
have
even know
I
that,
did
dude.
have a
That's
cardboard
fucking
box.
with Sochuan?
I had a boom box. My cousin Sochuan, who I look up to and is still one of my favorite producers. And then from there, we just kind of transitioned into we were writing raps, and I had this stereo where it was a karaoke mode.
Yeah.
So you put the karaoke mode, and it kind of made the lyrics go down, and it would raise up the beat. So we would just rap, but we literally would write novels and stuff. So we never really had any kind of just like a path to it. So and then from there, I started making music. Met my man over here, Memnoch, and
Crazy story how
'Cause
we
you guys
met.
go way back. Yeah, no, go ahead and tell them.
yeah.
So the way we met, dude, we met through a friend that we both knew. They're 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
But the friend that he knew that raps, his little brother, I went to school with him and shit. But I met him because of hip hop and whatnot. And we just happened to, I did school one day, right? And we went to like a kickback and he was there. And he was like, yo, I'm rapping, dude. I'm recording at my buddy's studio that I've known since high school. So like, can I go? He was like, yeah, I'll let him know. And so he let me know a couple days later, yeah, dude, he said it's cool. Little did I know he didn't fucking even bring it up to him. So we're at the park waiting, and he shows up, and then he tells him right there, "It's cool, my homie goes." And then fucking Leo looks at me, he's like, "You fucking kidding me, dude?" So
That's a true story. We were at
You were just kind of like annoyed to have him there.
It was kind of weird because I was only expecting to pick up just one guy, and I show up to Dominic Masseri Park, and all of a sudden I see two people, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy over there? So
rocking a Wu-Tang fucking shirt.
he's rocking a Wu-Tang shirt, some Pumas, and then my boy at the time was like, hey, this guy raps too. Can I bring him? I'm like, well, shit. I mean, he's already inside the car, I guess. Let's go,
I'm already
man.
in the car. He's all asking him.
Yeah, so
that guy back there.
yeah, and then we picked up another person, and then we kind of went to the studio that I had made with my dad, and I think we made like a couple tracks, and we realized like, man, we got something here, man. Let's do a group. Let's make some music, man.
Back 2007, dude.
Yeah.
And ever since then, dude, like the rest is history. We will meet up every weekend from like 7 in the morning to like Sunday, dude. Like 7 in the morning Friday to like Sunday afternoon. The only time we would leave the studio is to shit and eat.
Yeah,
Fuck,
exactly.
dude,
That's
real
it, yeah.
dedication.
We would
That's
do
real
like
grind,
3 tracks
bro.
a day.
real dedication.
We would do like 3 tracks a day, and then I would take the bus because he lived in Little Rock.
Yeah.
And I lived in 2nd Street by the freeway. So he would pick me up. I'm like, fuck, that's far, you know. So we agreed I'll take the bus. I wake up like at 5 a.m., dude. sometimes, and then take the bus from 2nd Street to 47th to pick us up.
It was a
And the
fucking
rest
mission.
is
Yo.
history.
So that's
dude.
almost like the evolution of your guys' personal hip hop story.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's pretty
true.
cool.
Exactly.
That's
dope.
fucking true, dude.
Exactly.
And do you feel like all that dirt effort you put in is going to produce something? Do you feel like it's going to like manifest something?
I feel like it's already kind of done it because on a lower scale, but I guess reaching out to people, like our music actually like people just like coming up to us and be like, yo, like that's a dope track, or they rap our
Right.
shit when I perform it.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me feel like, yeah, it did kind of like basically expanded. But we're trying to, step by step, we're trying to fucking make it happen.
It's manifesting shit right now,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Like,
it
growing.
definitely is.
Yeah, and we've done like, dude, because we were like more than one guy, and we were called Beautiful Blend. But everything started splitting up, and it was just me and him, and we were gonna just stop making music because he didn't want to rap no more.
Yeah.
But he made the beats all the time, and he rapped.
And I remember hearing a couple of verses of yours. man.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty
he
fun.
was
Yeah, I
like,
don't
I
do
was
that.
like, yo,
I don't
Like,
do
not
that no
anymore.
more.
I was like, yo, let's not quit.
Yeah, I don't
dude.
rap no more.
I was like, how about you just make the beats and I rap, and we call ourselves something. And then at first it was Moonlight Drive.
Yeah, I remember.
Because, of course, Jim Morrison, and also, like, it symbolized, like, brightest light up in the sky on the darkest drive.
Yeah.
So it's like, your darkest nights were like the light, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that guides you.
The guiding light.
So-
It's like the North Star.
Yeah, but then we stick to Moonlight, and, dude, we've done, like, 14 albums, dude.
I know.
Worth of
It's
music.
crazy. I'm a big fan of
And
his
that's just,
music,
like,
too.
what we made in albums. Other than that, we've done, like, hundreds and hundreds of
Man,
singles.
we have songs that we don't even know where they're at.
Yeah.
We can't even find
You
these
got
damn
missing
songs.
tapes
And,
now.
and
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
keeps asking me for a mixtape, and I'm like, bro, I don't know where it's at, man. I'm sorry.
Sure, there's a missing mixtape. that I
There's
wanna
a
find.
missing
I had it
mixtape,
at
man.
one point, man. I had it at one point, but I
Hey,
ended up
Richie,
losing it.
Volume 2.
Yes, sir.
They're on
That's the
Napster,
missing-
man.
That's
They're out there in the world.
That's the missing.
right, dude.
That's the missing.
They're
Yeah,
so
someone
much.
has them, and if you have it, if you can please,
Fucking hit up Neo and see if you can put
please
the
email it
know.
to me because I
Yes.
don't have that out.
We will pay money.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
We will give you a reward.
we
for
will
it.
give you a reward. If
No,
you're able to
legendary
find
though.
it.
Do you think that that's why you're at where you're at? Is because you tried breakdancing. You were rapping. You were pretty. You put your hands in a lot of stuff. It sounds like with courage, man. Like with not even looking back. You're just full force on it, and now you're at where you're at. What do you think about that? Like,
I think you know what I want to say. Yeah, I think the only part of hip hop that I never touched was the graffiti aspect of it. But I loved it. But I mean, I
used to love tagging when I was younger.
Yeah,
man.
see, and
I did that
I
shit too.
couldn't get
Yeah,
into that because I sucked. I
know
wasn't
where
really
4
good at
Points is
it.
at?
So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, so that's
I was
pretty
like
cool.
spray cans. I'll just be like,
That's
Yeah.
80s right there.
We got Leo's background already. What about you? Memnoch? Go ahead and let the listeners know
Like how it started?
How'd you started out? Like, so
Well,
we got Leo's starting story. What's yours? What led you to hip hop? What made you fall in love with it? What got you to where you
Bro,
are?
What keeps you dropping bars, hard bars,
Fire
crazy
bars.
house?
the first time I actually remember like wanting to be a rapper, dude, I was 11 years old, and me and my brother, like we were like 11 months apart. He was more like the aggressive guy, the more of this, street dude, and I was more of like just a jokester. So everybody thought he was gonna be a rapper. He was gonna be a rapper, and I'm not, because I'm just a fucking nerd,
Yeah.
But I would listen to like Snoop Dogg, fucking Gangstar, dude, like, and I would hear their poetry. I didn't know what it meant at the time because I was a kid, but just hearing the aggression, dude, and like how beautiful it was to turn something from the ghetto into poetry. You know what I mean? Because that just shows there's art in low poverty.
Absolutely.
So I was 11 years old thinking that, and I would hear it and I'll try to rap. It wasn't until, I started writing poetry at first, and then I realized, like, wait, I can actually try to rap this shit. And I would write, like, fucking notebooks and notebooks, dude, just bullshit. And long story short, Minor, who I've known for a while, he was in a group called RMF, and he introduced.
And that's how you got your start.
Yeah, he introduced me to his homies because he had the first studio I knew, and I recorded there. But some issues happened. Long story short, and whatnot. That's when I met him, and from there the rest is history, dude. And I just kept, enhancing my style, little by little. I'm still trying to find my style, man.
Well, you're very versatile, bro. I noticed
Yeah.
that. We'll put on a beat. I hear you. Whether you're working with JJ, who we had as a
Yeah,
guest last
yeah,
week,
yeah.
or you're working with Leo here, you just doesn't matter what it is, bro. You find a way. You find a cadence. You find.
I think it's also the
way to
chemistry
rap
with
to
my
it.
brothers, man. Like,
That's true. That's true.
Like, I mean, like, if you really think about it, dude, I don't fuck with no other producer but my guys. And I think it's like the chemistry. Like, he knows what I like. I know what he likes. Same thing with him. Same thing with Nappy, which I'm also in a group with him called Blue Notes. And it's just the chemistry is beautiful, man. And that's what inspires me to just like be versatile. Plus, they're all different styles, so I'm never bored. I'm always like excited and
I
always
noticed
a
that,
fresh
Memnoch.
mind.
Like we were talking about this earlier. Your earlier work, it really sounds like hard, deep,
Yeah.
like dark,
Yeah.
and like your newer work is more of like the opposite,
Yeah.
like 180 degree. And It's
Yeah.
just like kind of like an evolution of Memnoch, basically.
That's fucking crazy.
Do you see it that way?
I do, because I was actually just talking to him. I said, like, my new shit now, dude, I feel I'm very, like, I'm at peace where I'm at with the style, the lyrical ability.
You change,
but
your lyrics are gonna change.
the old shit, I told him, I was like, dude, I can't write like that no more. Like the poetry in it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
I
now
have
I
the
can
poetry
still
aspect of it.
write bars, but I'm more melodic now. I'm more like what's gonna catch the listener's mind of rhythm of how I rap. Because I got the writing the bars down, but I could spit you a dope verse, but if there ain't no like rhythm, it won't be as catchy.
It won't.
So that's like what I've been more focused on.
And it'll be less memorable, and someone will forget it.
Yeah.
In that time.
Yeah,
frame.
I mean, hip hop is beautiful, dude, because
is.
it's one of the most biggest genre in music history. I mean, look at the family tree, dude. How much it breaks down.
And like,
People don't really know
No,
that.
that goes into the topic finally, which is evolution of hip hop.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel that that's evolved?
I
over
think
time?
it's where it needs to be, honestly, because
I mean, it's a little poppy. don't
It's
you
a
think?
little
I mean,
poppy,
You
but-
got dudes wearing wedding dresses with
Yeah,
machine
dude.
What
guns.
the fuck is
I
I,
that?
know
I mean,
what?
that's a little strange. I don't
think
know if
it-
it's
I
that
think it's where it needs
evolving
to be.
or
Oh, you guys don't like that?
are we getting evolving? I
Now you
don't know. I haven't
part of
really
it.
like. It's different.
I think
okay,
it's
like
where I think it's where it needs to be, because you start to realize who like the real listeners are.
Yeah.
So you can like now start
So
separating
in what
yourself
category
from
would
the
you
fake
put
motherfuckers.
the
dude.
dress wearing rappers?
It's a
in?
trend, you know what I mean?
Well,
It's
yeah,
a
that's
trend.
how I feel how it is now. I mean, if you look at everything now, everything's a trend now.
Yeah.
You know, everything's a hashtag or something like that.
Right.
And I feel like that's where it's at now.
Do
I
you
mean,
guys feel like
do
it's
you
part of
follow
the-
the? What happened?
No, let's finish. You're saying.
So I think I mean, people just want to follow that trend or follow that hashtag, and that's what kind of where some. I'm not gonna say all of it, but definitely some hip hop is kind of going in that direction.
True.
I mean, you're cool if you listen to this guy. You're not cool if you don't listen to him.
And
You know?
you get people telling you from both sides that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
My question is, do you guys feel like it's part of any type of agenda? Because I mean, in a few episodes back, ArmShark here was speaking on a theory of homo thugs. So there's a.
the homo
I
thug
was hearing that
agenda.
episode. I mean,
How do
me-
you feel about that? Do you think it's really
to
part of
me-
an agenda, or
I
is
mean,
it just?
Nah, dude. I mean, to me, it's like the way I grew up in hip hop, the hip hop world, dude. I just do me. Like, I really don't focus on what doesn't attract me,
Good.
and so therefore, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Good.
I mean, it does come in between a lot of lack of like promotion, because I'm not that good in promoting in social media.
Yeah.
Because I don't really acknowledge the bullshit. In reality, dude, you go on your fucking news feed, all you see is stupid shit, and it makes us laugh.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's probably why it blows up the way it does.
Yeah,
let's be
it
honest.
does. But to me, it's like, in the end of the day, dude, I started doing it without money.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it without getting money, so I'm always gonna do it before the money. If there's money involved, I hope so, because I can make a living.
Of course. And you
But
want to live
if
off
there
it.
isn't, it just shows I'm doing it for the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck what they're doing, all that trend shit, because that's not longevity.
To
you
me,
know
it
what I mean?
almost seems like hip hop, and when it almost defines pop music,
Yeah.
the next generation of pop music. So like when hip hop has a raw style in the '80s and it comes out, all of a sudden pop music mimics that, and they got Madonna singing like on hip hop beats and shit.
Yeah.
Then the '90s gangster come out, all of a sudden we got this new pop genre. You know, we're past these new phases now. Like, what's next? Like, what is the new evolution of hip hop? I mean, that's what I want to know, especially
I guess
from hip
that's
hop
all-
heads
man,
right
that's a good
here.
question,
You
dude.
guys are sitting right here. You guys have your whole life have lived in hip hop. You know, where's the next step? You know, because I like to see it go towards Vinnie Paz, Immoral Technique, Jedi Mind Tricks. You know, I like to see hip hop not necessarily like political or religious, but more the fact acknowledging that these things exist and they are controlling our life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know, like, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, that's what I grew up on.
That's
on
crazy
shit.
that you mentioned all those guys, man. That's
Yeah.
exactly who
That's
I
what we
fucking
that's what we
listen to.
grew up on, bro.
That's
Like,
literally-
like, we had a fucking bookcase, nothing but all the Jedi Mind Tricks, Binary Star. Fucking
Nice.
dude, I've heard
Atmosphere.
dude,
Yeah.
that was my hero.
That's
bro.
pretty much true.
You
They're
hear-
a more modern day version of
You
Atmosphere,
will
man.
hear
You
an
got
old
Slug.
Moonlight shit, dude, and I have a lot of influence from Slug, like hands
Yeah,
down.
They almost
You
even
can
sound
hear
the
it.
same, man.
I didn't try
That's cool,
mimicking
man.
him. It's just I listened to him so much.
Yeah.
It's like when you hang out with cholos, you're gonna talk like a cholo, right?
Yeah.
Of
Maybe
course.
that's the next evolution of Memnoch, you know? Maybe Legendary is going to produce something, get inspired, whereas, you know, now you're going to take your old style, your new style, and just fucking merge it into some
become
crazy...
some type of like
hybrid,
fucking-
some type of hybrid
hybrid,
shit,
like
bro.
sativa and indica type shit.
I mean, my real fascination I want to know, now that I'm learning to know you a little bit better, is like, what do you guys really think about Jay-Z, dude? Like, when that shit first came out with, you know, we all gonna run the town tonight or whatever. It's just, there's a lot of like quote unquote satanic references that a lot of people are saying this is satanic, this is, you know, cultish, you know, and then it has like a lot of stuff with Beyonce kind of follows that. Like, obviously now whoever's doing that is trying to capitalize on a genre, on the Illuminati bullshit. Yeah. But like, they started this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that? You know, like,
I think it's fucking entertaining. I mean, I go based on like, it could be true, it could not, type shit. Like,
right.
Just because I don't know what's really going behind clothes.
But Jay-Z's not lying about it, though. He's straight up telling everybody, listen, I'm a Freemason. This is how you get successful. If you go to LAX airport, you have to do the Hope sign just to fucking get on the airport, right? You have to. You have to go like this, like just to get on. Like, go fly in an airplane. Yeah, so for him to have control over government property at this point, we have to question. You know, maybe he's onto something. You know,
I mean, I think that motherfucker probably bought hip hop. You know what I mean? Like,
possibly.
That motherfucker bought that shit.
What I find fascinating, dude, is if you listen to old Eazy-E shit, he's talking shit about Snoop Dogg wearing lipstick. You know, I don't know if Real Motherfucking, you've heard that song? And he's like, you little bitch, you used to be wearing lipstick, now you're smoking Chronic. Who the fuck? And if you think about it, look at Snoop Dogg's his evolution. He's wearing lipstick, he's got his nails done. It's possible Snoop Dogg was a she-male before all this shit went down. Before he... Listen, dude.
Where are you going with this, man?
Oh, that's okay. No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's possible that Snoop Dogg was transgendered. You know, you guys think that's a possibility? I mean, is this where hip hop is evolving? Because I've seen hip hop and where it's evolving, and it went from fucking real dudes, right? Real dudes that fucking are dads that care about their community and their culture, right? And that shit got fucking like basically salted to gangster. Now it went to homosexual. Where is it going next? Right? So I don't know. I mean, to me, I see a kind of an evil agenda around hip hop, and I see it as some sort of a tool. You know, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on this, man?
I mean, I've always went with the phrase like, I don't give a fuck. Like, to me, it's like I'm just so focused. I'm just so in my own world, in my team's world. I don't give a fuck with all the bullshit that's going on. I mean, that's what keeps me, like, keep doing it. Because I feel like if I focus too much more on what other people are doing or how this hip-hop's portraying this and how that...
So you don't have an opinion on that?
I really don't. It's just more like, hey, just don't fucking come to my lane and don't disrespect me because I'll fucking school your ass. You know what I mean? That's just the mindset I'm in. Don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you.
What about you, Leo? What are your thoughts on it?
I love Jay-Z. I don't like Young Thug. I'm not saying that as a person. Yeah. I don't fuck with his music. You know what I mean? I mean, I respect what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's dressing up. You know, whatever he's dressing up as, which is most rap artists are doing now.
What does Young Thug dress up at? I don't know.
I mean, but the dress. I know he wore his dress.
Okay, so Young Thug's sporting the fucking dresses and shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
what I'm saying.
We have Lil Weezy carrying a purse.
Yeah.
On several different videos. So we have Young Thug wearing dresses. I mean, this is kind of like a good example. If we were to write a term paper in college, right, we would bring these subjects up and quote them about, you know, this agenda. I mean, I think we have enough evidence to suggest something's definitely going on. So what I want to know is, what's gonna fucking sprout out of that? Because not everybody wants that, right? That's just pop culture, dude. That's all it is, and it's trying to fucking taint this shit. So what's gonna burst out of it, man? Yeah, something's gonna burst out of it, right? There's gonna be some fucking genre that's gonna burst out of it that they're gonna salt as well. But let them salt it.
It's gonna probably be a subgenre to hip hop.
Right.
It might become that.
You get what I'm saying, right?
That's hip hop, though. Hip hop is just a lot of subgenres. I mean, you got hip hop, and then you got the trap hop, and you got the trap, and you got the pop rap, and you got the underground rap, and then you got. I mean, it's just a lot of subgenres.
You got the stupid ass fucking drug user rap.
Idea. Do you guys know Idea?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. That was he fucking dropped bars, dude.
Mm-hmm. It's like mad respect to Jay Dilla as well. We were talking about him earlier today.
Right.
They don't make. I guess what ArmShark here is worried about is I see. No, he's worried that it's going to taint the past of hip hop. You know how hip hop used to be. This never used to be acceptable. Am I right?
Never was acceptable. I mean, when it first came out, it was a movement. You know, there was like meaning behind it. There was passion behind it. There was a reason behind it.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming more of like I don't know, like just laundry or something. I can't explain it.
Yeah, and it's just not, it's not the same. It doesn't feel like it's the same way it was back then.
What's your
right?
guys' favorite years of hip hop? I want to know.
Why don't you go
Definitely
first?
90s, man. Like I love, and I hate to say this, I love Bone Thugs so much, dude. But listening to them now that I'm older and I understand more, like they're such a propaganda pusher, but they're so dope as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, well,
That's cool. What about you?
Me, it's tough for me, man. I want to say 90s too, but like I'm more. I don't know. Like I think I'm now. I kind of like I miss. I didn't grow up. I wasn't old enough to actually really take that music until I got into high school. You know what I mean? And JJ, my brother, put me on to a lot of stuff. I was into a lot of hood music, bro.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, Game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of West Coast rap, really.
Yeah, I get
that
what you're
era.
saying.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what's up.
And then eventually, I fell in love with poetry itself. Nas became like my favorite rapper, and then now I feel like the new incarnation of Nas is J. Cole. So now he's my favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I feel like that's what I listen to.
Yeah.
This mumble rap fuck shit that I'm gonna forget about the next day. I can't really focus on it longer than 10 seconds. Once I hear the same. I can't stand the Migos. I'm sorry. I know they have a big fan base. They're cool and all. Some songs are catchy, bro. But when you're repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and that feels like a elongated fucking hook, I want to just rip that shit out of my ears and throw it out the window, bro.
it's like Yin Yang Twins. Dude.
Walk it like
Or
I
Lil
talk
Jon.
it. Walk it like how the fuck is that popping,
That's why I don't
bro?
focus.
I don't understand.
That's why I say like I'm focused on it because like hip hop is about like expression of something. You know what I'm saying? That like touches people, you know, and or just you want to get.
And I don't want to bash on them too hard because I get it. Like, you know, it's every set of ears, like I said earlier, music to everybody is, you know, it's different. Your ears like what your ears like. And some
About
people that really,
perception, bro.
I've had someone, I remember I heard someone said somewhere online that they cried over hearing that song, bro. It touched their soul.
Wow.
How the fuck did that touch your soul? I don't.
But no,
I don't
that,
understand.
That actually is a depiction of the new generation. They are communicating to new generation. New generation likes that. So like, and you said it earlier, Memnoch, that people cannot hold conversations anymore for more than 5 minutes, and that's technology driven, dude.
Yeah,
that's never been like that.
that's
So
true.
these new rappers are learning how to talk to people that are technologically driven, more so than the generation we're
that
faced
makes
with.
a lot of sense with
These social media is making us antisocial, but that's a whole other topic.
Oh, clearly, bro. That
what I'm
was the goal of social media.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic, but
Yeah,
that's
it's a
just-
whole other topic.
But that's definitely something that's going on.
You know, like Busy Bone, he got his ass kicked by some Italian mobster.
what?
Yeah, like Lucky Luciano or some shit. He was fucking his like daughter, and
What the
they were cool
fuck?
with it. Yeah, I swear, it's a real story. And he got his shit fucking tore up, dude. He got shit ass beat. I think it was Busy Bone or Crazy Bone. One of the Bone Thugs.
I feel like ArmShark knows. I guess I know you know a few stories. I'm sure from that era that maybe they don't even know about that I don't know about. Do you have anything that you might?
Well, I was kind of shocked when I mentioned that earlier about Eazy-E. You guys heard that song "Motherfucking," right? Where he's talking
Motherfucking
shit about
G's.
Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
jeez.
real motherfucking G's.
No, I really wanted to pick your brain though. You were talking earlier about Jim Morrison. I mean, has he? Do you think the band Doors has any effect on the evolution of hip hop, or do you think that it's just jazz?
No. I mean, it started with more fun, and then it led to like the jazz because the whole Harlem actually was like it started in Harlem hip hop, you know. But that's where like a lot of jazz was played, dude. And then fucking even where like with Boston played a lot of that jazz shit.
Yeah.
That's where Guru was from. And that's how the Gangstar Foundation came about. I was more into that jazz shit. That shit was fucking sick as fuck. Why am I saying this shit?
Do you think the Doors has any influence?
I'm
on...
not editing that out, bro. I'm leaving that shit in there,
No,
bro.
that's perfect. You know what? Yes, I feel like they do have a part in it because of the artistic form of it, dude.
So
I mean,
maybe-
look at Jay-Z. He sampled the Takeover. He sampled the Doors. You know, like it's one of the most like.
So did Snoop Dogg on Riders in the Storm.
Riders in the
See,
Storm.
and that's why I feel like that's okay though. I love that how they get inspired by other genres and they use that.
That's
in their
fucking
current
sick.
stuff,
I mean,
you know
look at
what I'm saying?
sampling, dog. That's what it is.
That's what it's
I mean,
about, right?
that's
That's
You
what it's
know,
all about,
people,
man.
and I'll tell you this, bro. A lot of I grew up on rock, dude. You know what I mean? Like I listen to rock.
That's
I
the
listen to the
influences for
Doors.
you, right?
I listen to that shit first before I heard hip hop.
Who's your favorite rock band?
Fucking, it has to be Incubus, dude.
Incubus.
Ask this
What
guy,
about
dude.
you? Legendary.
I would probably say Linkin Park.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
they're
like
sick.
them.
I like them
I mean, I know they're more of the modern rock, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never was really into rock. I couldn't I couldn't do it.
It's interesting that you guys mention these bands because I would never categorize them as rock. I would think more like Van Halen or Metallica.
Oh yeah,
or,
classic shit.
Yeah, see, I didn't listen to
Yeah,
any
so
of that.
that's interesting how that works.
Nirvana
You know?
is also another favorite band.
Nirvana is-
Sublime.
Nirvana's
They're
badass.
reggae rock, you know what I mean? But Sublime is my ultimate favorite, dude. Like I fucking
Sublime's
love
pretty cool.
That Jailhouse track. Now I want to say this, dude, on the interview. Jailhouse from Sublime is one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life. The way it's put together and the way they recorded that album was sneaking in the fucking nighttime because their homies worked as a janitor at a studio.
The story was just behind that
It's
album was
just-
sick too.
You hear the
Creation of it. Was,
that shit was made when they were struggling. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
of course.
I like how evolution just leads to everything. You know.
But so let me ask you guys this: what do you have for your, what do you got going on for you in the future now? Are you still working on projects now together, or?
Yeah, we actually are planning like to drop the fucking new Moonlight shit, dude.
I got excited
Hands
about
down.
the last project, man. It became you guys ended up shelving it, man.
Oh, the fucking
The next step.
The next step. That shit was recorded back in like 14,
Yeah, man.
2014. That was when I was actually, cause you know how in 2012 I did the Blood Diamond and shit,
Yeah.
and I took like a 3-year break not recording and making music.
Yeah,
When I started back, it was when we did that album.
it's crazy. You hop back on. the
It was
train.
fucking, it was hunger. It was hunger.
Of course, man.
'Cause
Ready
it
for
was like 14 tracks, huh, dude?
Yeah,
Dope ass beats
yeah, that's
and-
probably something that we need to evolve from is
Yeah.
probably releasing our shit because
Yeah.
we have
lot
a problem of
shelves.
making shit and not releasing shit.
Yeah.
So
It's like
Yeah,
we're so
well,
focused on the music, we forget about the whole like we gotta push. It
I
out.
think what it
Push it out
is
type of thing.
is
That and getting more shows and more exposure, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And I mean, we hear the song so many times that we probably get tired of it, but we forget that,
That
for
not
someone
everybody else
else
feels that way,
out
yeah.
in the world,
This
they're
is
going to
all-
hear that song for the first time and be like,
Absolutely.
oh, wow,
They
this
were
thing
like-
is the best thing I've ever heard. But
Yes.
I mean, we just, we have,
But if
I
they
mean,
go-
we
they
got to
don't-
release stuff.
Yeah,
We'll release
and
stuff.
if they
That's
don't,
for sure.
and if they don't reach those years, how do you expect to?
Actually, for those of you that don't know, the intro of the beat that plays before this podcast starts
Yeah.
is produced by him.
Yes, it is.
that's
Yeah,
me.
that's right. You know what? Yeah. Listeners, I'm actually gonna make that clear to you guys. The intro beat that you've heard since episode 1 is actually produced by my boy Leo
That's
Legendary.
crazy. Thank you.
That's a
Thank you.
sick ass beat, dude.
Thank you.
He made the beat.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
never told you that.
That's
That's
badass.
Yeah,
I think
thank
you did.
I did.
I think you
Yeah,
said that's why
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
this is timeless. This is everything.
Oh, when I shouted them out. Yeah. No,
Right,
I
right.
think I might have mentioned it then, but yeah, definitely.
This
So,
is a good time to give a shout out to all the listeners out there. Coming soon on iTunes.
Yes, we're getting on all the rest of the platforms.
Crazy House Entertainment, Timeless Talk,
Timeless
AJ,
Empire.
Timeless Empire,
Let's go. We're gonna be on Spotify, Tidal.
Memnoch, Leo Legendary.
It's on, baby.
JJ
That's
Music.
right, man.
It's on.
But yeah, no. As far as the platforms, we're still working on. We're on SoundCloud and YouTube currently, but we're gonna get on Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, and iTunes. It's just a
Are you
work
guys
in
gonna be on
progress.
LimeWire as well? I'll fuck with you.
I mean, if you upload it there and share it legally,
Bro, you guys remember LimeWire? That was a
course,
noise.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like your,
After
you
computer.
That was a
your
part of the
fucking
evolution of
computer and
hip-hop,
STD,
dude.
and didn't
That
work
was
for
part
like
of
the
the
next
evolution of
year.
hip hop, dude. That was a time.
Every fucking every like virus, it was it Bill Clinton? I did not sexually harass that dog. Like, every fucking that shit will always play, dude. When I look for tracks, they'll say the name and then it was that fucking quote will pop up.
What was the other one too? It was Casper or something like that. It was like some
Oh,
other
the other
file
download,
shit.
the other download.
Yeah, that was pretty popular. I don't remember, but
That's crazy.
no. But tell me, Leo. I mean, so you have a fascinating story. Where exactly are you from again? I mean, I don't know if you don't want to tell us.
I am straight from the AV, man. I was born in LA, but I lived in the AV for 30 years because I am 30. So I mean, I've lived there all my life, man. So I've never lived anywhere else.
Fuck, dude, you're 30 young. Fool,
Yeah,
I've
87,
known you
baby.
Since you were 19. dude.
87.
And you were always, I know you were always the oldest one, right?
Yeah.
Memnoch, what are you at now? What are you at?
Huh?
How old are you now?
I'll be 27, dude.
27.
I was 15 when I met this guy.
Fucking
Yeah.
yay, bro. Almost 15
Oh, man,
years.
I hear my old shit. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, no, just as far as I think I made a comment earlier about what are you planning on if it's going to manifest something, and you kind of smirked a little bit as if like it's already manifesting shit, bitch. You know what I mean? Like you I feel the creativity coming from you. I feel like you're just more of a creator, and you don't really care if people like it or
And
not.
that's what got
Is
you in
that-
beats, right?
You know what? That and this is that's true. When I make my beats, I don't. And this is what I've always told Memnoch is I don't give a shit if you're able to rap to it or not. That's just
This
the
is
way
what
I
I'm
am.
gonna make, and that's
And
it.
what I make is what I make. And even he would tell you, he's the only person I ever change a beat to. I don't do it for anybody else. People would hit me up and, hey, can you change the snare? Can you change the hat? Oh, can you lower it? And I'm like, bitch, the beat is what the beat is, and leave it at that. I'm not moving this
It's
shit.
hot the way it
it's
is. Don't
ready
mess
to
with
go.
it.
You either
Right.
you want it or you don't want it, and that's just the way that I've always been. And there's occasions where he'll be like, hey, Rob, hey, you think we can probably maybe change the drum? And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now, Alex.
So you'll make an exception.
Yeah, but I'll make an exception for him, man, because this is my dude and I love this guy, man. This is the only guy that I'll ever change a beat for. Everyone else, I'm sorry, man. You get what I make, man.
Get what you
I
get.
apologize, but that's just the way it is. And if you can rap to it, cool. And if you can't, hey, fuck it, man.
Who on
like the
Wu-Tang
product?
do you associate with most? Like, who do
Ooh,
you,
I
who
don't
do
know
you
this question.
Oh man, I would have to say the RZA.
Oh,
Why?
he's the
I'll
beat
tell
maker,
you,
bro.
man.
That's a
I'll
big
tell you,
creator,
bro.
man.
Who's yours, Bill?
He's the creator, man. He's the beat maker, man.
that's
He's
true,
the
bro. He's the brain.
he's the brains. He's
brains of
the
operation.
leader of it. You know what I mean?
Mass producer, bro.
I love that guy, man. That guy's I love
Brilliant,
him.
huh?
I love him.
What about you, Mems?
Fucking Inspector Deck, dude.
No, I love him.
Deck.
He
There we
is
go.
one of the most well-put artists. Like his wordplay, dude. Every time you hear him, it's like he would never run out of words to say, dog.
Yeah.
And the shit he says. I mean, have you heard him on Triumph?
Yeah, dude.
Atomically talk to these philosophies and hypotheses.
Right,
Can't
right.
find
That's a
nobody
dope-ass
class.
I feel
song,
like
dude.
Inspector Deck didn't really get a lot of
Now he
props,
is.
man.
You know what's
He
funny?
was dope, dude.
Okay, all I do is watch YouTube, dude. Of like, I keep up to date with these artists, you know. They said that shit throughout the '90s. Inspector Deck was always underrated, and people barely now are realizing how much of an artist he was.
Man, he
Which
was great.
sucks, you know, because
It does suck.
he
It
was
does.
talking about the story when all the Wu members were working on their solos. It went from like the most like looked at artists to drop theirs first because through their record label, only a few were allowed to drop a certain amount of time. He was supposed to be the third one. Fucking you got dropped instead, and he ended up not even. He ended up working on an album he was supposed to drop from '92 and dropped it in '98
Damn, dude.
because people didn't really care.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's like
Yeah.
the illest lyricist. I think the dude.
It's almost like the world wasn't ready for it. He had to put it on hold for a while because it's like, dude, you cats ain't gonna get it.
I mean,
you know,
look at
like, we
him.
need to evolve, catch up to me.
Look at him on the 36 Chambers, Protect Your Neck. Like he's the first one that gets on the mic, who kills it. You know.
Oh, he's dope, man. I like him.
So Leo, do you feel like since you associate most with RZA, do you have a master plan like RZA had? RZA had a master plan, right? Like he orchestrated it.
Shit, you right, bro?
Oh,
You got a stage problem in the back here.
if you do and you don't want to share it, it's cool. You know, I want to tell the fans out there. I mean, is there going to be like a Crazy House Entertainment, like a Wu-Tang Clan, right? Is there going to be something that you're going to have multiple artists that are under a legendary type of outfit?
I mean, you know what? I want to say yeah. There is definitely something that we
are you creating legends?
I want to. You know what? Yes. I don't even want to say I want to say or I think because I feel that I am making it in just the team that we have around us, the whole Crazy House group. Great group of guys. I love these guys. Creative people. And what I want to at least give them is like, man, you know, don't be afraid to do what you want to do, man. You know, just put your art out. Who cares?
Right.
Put it out. You know.
Use it or not, just
Yeah.
put it out there.
That's
Absolutely.
great.
I think the only thing that we need to work on, because obviously we're a part of this collective as well, is getting more shows. That's it. Just getting the music to the ears. Because like I've told JJ plenty of times in the past, and I'm telling you guys the same thing. I'm sure you've heard me say this once or twice.
Right.
I really, honestly, to God, feel that just the only reason why we haven't made it on a mass level yet is because the right ears have not heard us yet.
Yeah.
I think where we're
I
from,
agree.
you know, it's so fucking hard to promote out there, dude.
Afro man.
Absolutely.
Man.
I mean,
That's what we have,
Hey.
Afro Man to work
that's
with.
it.
You know, he came up from from Palmdale, Lancaster. You know, I think it's just gonna take some raw story. You know, like you guys have raw stories.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you were
That's a good
tagging
way to put
when
it,
you were a
man.
fucking kid in Eastside Lancaster. It wasn't necessarily a safe place to be tagging, bro. You know, we have the old gangsters, old Crips members from East LA that lived there
Oh,
when
hell
you were
yeah.
growing up. You know, I mean, that people don't realize, but something's gonna get produced from the Antelope Valley, you know, and why not fucking Leo Legendary and Memnoch? Why not? You know, and especially for those listeners out there, I encourage you, fucking click the link, man. Check when you listen to our podcast, check out the other artists under this fucking umbrella. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the description to
we're
to Memnoch's
22nd century, dude. That's when it comes.
So we go ahead and leave the links in the description to Memnoch's current projects. He recently released Blue Notes with his other cohort, Nappy Boy, who's not currently with us tonight, but he will be here tomorrow night. He's a producer. The name of the project's Open Letters, Blue Notes by them. So I'll put the link in there for that. The link in there for another project that he has with JJ, another producer from Crazy House. It's called Overdue, also a great project. And I'm just going to put those plugs in there for you guys so you can listen. For those that have been sleeping on two great projects.
Thank you, man.
There's nothing really, really current for Moonlight right now, right? I know that. But I know you guys are cooking something up for sure. You know, so.
We're definitely, man. We're just building that spark real quick right now.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming back.
It's like,
I mean, I would give you my SoundCloud, but I don't have anything on it, man. I took all the beats down.
Snagging your shit, man. I know how it is, bro.
No, I just think I think there was a point where I wanted to stop making music, and I kind of took everything down. And now I'm like, okay, I think I want to put stuff back on there, but I don't know. I think this time I'm being a little bit more careful and just kind of, you know, releasing stuff little by little, and hopefully, you know, we can get some ears.
I mean, you've heard of the story about Jim Morrison, right, on the rooftop, basically.
Venice Beach.
Yeah, Venice Beach. I mean, that's pretty fascinating. You know, that movie
cool,
of Val Kilmer kind of
he
touched
did
into
a wonderful job, man. Did you
Yeah.
guys know, like, from what I heard, I don't know if it's real true, but the way he got that audition was he recorded a demo tape of the Doors, right? So he had the real Doors and himself, gave it to them and said, which one is a real Jim? And they chose one, and it happened to be him.
Wow.
Val Kilmer. Like, he outsounded fucking Jim.
That's funny.
So they were like, wow, like, we need you.
He really embodied the character.
And he
too, man. I
sounded,
mean,
he sounds just like him.
He
Like, in
does.
the movie, when you hear the songs, it's him.
That's
It's not even real Jim. That's crazy.
he mimicked him well.
Oh, man,
What
he's
fascinates
awesome.
me about that story is that he said that the whole Light My Fire album was
man.
presented to him by the stars. Like
What
he
the
was laying flat on LSD on the flat rooftop of Venice Beach, and literally the stars came down to him and presented that entire album to him.
Go fucking figure. We're in Venice Beach right now too.
Which is
You
interesting.
tell me he
You
laid
can
on
feel
one
the
of the
spirit in
rooftops here,
here.
huh? That's fucking crazy, dude.
I'm surprised you guys you haven't heard it. If you read his documentary, that's actually what happened. You know, which is fascinating because it could be if you read his writing, because he has a lot of journals.
Yeah.
It's almost described as a serpent or some sort of spirit type of thing that came to him on the rooftop of Venice. I don't know, like,
That's awesome, man.
it is pretty awesome, isn't it? Like it's pretty
history.
fascinating
It's
shit.
history.
Like
It is history.
Yeah, it's history. That's
So it's crazy that was brought up off the record because that just led to a good little story. I didn't even know. And go figure, it goes with our theme and where we're at right now. That's fucking
it's a
crazy,
little
dude.
creepy because I wonder if it's like it was presented to him and it was his choice to do what he wanted with it. He chose to get famous off of it. What if he just shoved it away and did nothing with it? You know.
Could've
So
just said,
true.
I wasted. You know.
has anything happened like that in your guys' lives where you've been presented something where
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. I would like to say no, but I haven't been there yet.
dude, I had
So
this
it's still
trippy
there.
fucking
It's
ass
there, but
story,
I just haven't
dude.
been there yet.
Let's hear it. What's the story? It's time
actually-
for an ArmShark story.
it actually-
I gotta hear
if you
one
wanna
of your
hear the
stories. Every
story,
episode.
let's
go,
That's
man.
what I
I
look
love
forward
them.
to.
There you go.
All right,
We got a
man.
true fan right here on the show today.
I'm really,
He looks forward to your stories. Go ahead. Hit him
dude.
with
No, I was really deep in LSD, and I was actually on Malibu.
Right.
I was with this little surfer chick and her older sister. And it was actually, it sounds all fun and dandy, but it was a little freaky scary, bro. Okay, there's this house off Yerba Buena, off PCH Highway, and you go up these hills, and it's like windy, windy. I almost fucking drove off a cliff, dude. I was so fucked up. But
how are you operating a vehicle and under that much LSD?
I was on like a fifth of vodka.
Hey, well, I gotta say something. Our
Right.
listeners probably think you're a fucking massive drug addict. Just so you guys know, he's not like that anymore. He has a family. This is his past.
Thank
but
you,
these
thank
are
you.
all true stories.
Right,
I thought I'd just throw it out there for our listeners that have been listening since episode 1. Yes, my co-host has done a lot of drugs. This is his past, not his current.
I was a
situation.
dumbass dude. Instead of listening to people's advice,
Hopefully
and
you guys
trying to
learn
learn
from
from
this
others' mistakes,
Yeah.
I just thought I'd go make my own mistakes and say fucking everything else that people have to tell me, because like I knew like but this thing was a little
story,
freaky,
go
bro,
ahead, yeah.
because when you go under in that dimension, first the chemistry with this chick was totally off, dude. Like I met her in some concert in Vegas. It was the 50th anniversary of Vegas. It was the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, and lo and behold, she lived in Temecula. And I was, I was like, oh, I live in Santa Clarita. So we met up in some spa. And we just really awkward hookup. But for some reason, I kept pursuing her. And so anyways, I got to her fucking house in Malibu. It's from this little private little dirt road. You gotta drive up it. And she was with her sister. And, dude, it was like almost like the perfect scene. Like, oh, you have a cute little blonde beach girl. You're in a little house. You guys are doing drugs. How cute. Oh, they actually ate fucking plants, dude. They what is it called? Garnish, or they furbish for fucking food. They go,
shit, man.
no, we eat natural stuff. We're gonna go and pick salad. They went out in the front yard. There's dirt and plants and shit, and they're picking leaves. And yeah, dude,
You're eating that shit?
yes,
Bro, you ever heard of... Okay, there's something disturbing. I have to throw it
Isn't that,
here.
isn't that
please
a
do.
fucking paleo diet now? That's the paleo diet,
no,
right?
I heard
That's
some-
what it is.
I heard,
That's what-
I've
right.
heard that. I've actually heard of that. There's even some worse shit that I heard about, bro. It's called Second Harvest. Do you guys know what that is? Dog.
Go ahead, tell us, AJ. What's
all right,
Second Harvest?
This is really fucking disgusting. So I'm gonna give you guys a warning, a disclosure of what I'm about to say. It's pretty disgusting. So
Okay.
just a heads up for my listeners. Second Harvest is basically people that partake in that. It's when they eat the remnants out of their shit. I'm talking about stuff that they've already eaten, bro. They want to taste it again, go for it a second time. Instead of eating the same thing fresh again, they eat it straight out of their feces, bro.
What?
It's a real
They
thing.
find-
Look it
and
up,
they find,
bro.
and they find it like
Google-
tasty.
That's intense, man.
Google it, dude.
They find it
This
tasty.
shit's real. As disgusting as
That's
that
the
is,
that's the gateway to scat.
Yeah.
If you guys,
That's intense, man.
like, what the fuck is that?
if you guys are wondering how does people get into shit, well, you start eating it. I'm sure you'll get into it. That's that's Sodom and Gomorrah shit, dude.
It is, dude. That's like
That's
perversion. That's perversion on a whole nother level, dude. That's just disturbing, right? Yeah, bro. I found out watching the show The League. Shout out to The League. There's an episode. There's a character in there called Rafi. This guy's a fucking. Have you guys seen The League? You guys seen The League? right?
Rafi.
Yeah, that fucking guy. Well, anyway, he literally does that. He's like, yeah, Second Harvest, man. I'm like, this has got to be a fucking joke. There's no way this is real. He's like joking about it. He's eating out of shit, bro. So I'm like, there's no way that people. And I looked it up. People actually do that, bro. You can go
That's
to it and see
crazy,
it's a
man.
real
Wait,
thing,
you're
man.
kidding me, dude.
I couldn't make that shit up if I
man.
wanted to, bro. Kind of
Oh,
disturbing.
shit.
I mean, but anyway,
That's disgusting, AJ. I appreciate you sharing that, man. That's
I know it was right. It pertained to this.
that's some repugnant shit.
It is some repugnant shit, literally. But you were saying to continue your story though. Finish it up.
No, man. I just
Almost
when
crashed
we
your
started
car.
tripping on acid,
Right.
it got very awkward because the chemistry with this chick wasn't really there. It was kind of forced, and then the older sister wanted a threesome, so it was like, and I wasn't already feeling it with her. So then I was kind of like having a second girl coming into the mix, which is making it shit more awkward. So it was like, and all of a sudden it got this big vibe where they're looking at me like I was gay, And also I'm like, oh fuck, I can see how it's coming across that I'm gay right now because we're all on fucking acid and I don't want to fuck. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like at the same time, I don't want to fuck because this shit is awkward right now, right?
Yeah,
So
you were in a weird position.
have you guys ever been in a situation like that where you just fucking couldn't perform? You just like, I don't know, man.
Whiskey dick? I don't know. There's all kinds of shit
Coke
that can
dick?
happen. Coke dick.
Cocaine
What
dick.
the fuck? That's a thing?
Dude, that's a thing, man. Some dudes, they get fucking cocaine, they rub it on their cock just to fucking try to get hard. Because they've been snorting coke so much all night. Dude, have you guys ever
snorted
done
coke
coke
through your
before?
dick?
I've never done
Dude,
it.
when
No,
if you
it's
snort,
not
if you snort coke, dude, you'll have everything to say. Like, you'll talk for endless hours on end. Like, conversation. That's all you care about. It's like talking, going out. But
I will
anyway,
say this: I'm astonished at the recovery you made because you're not a drug addict. Look at you, man. I mean, maybe back in the past you did some funky, crazy shit, but you held up well, dude. You turned out decent, man.
Right,
Really
thanks,
good,
man.
too. I mean that with love, dude. Like,
Thanks,
just because you're my
bro.
cousin,
Respect.
right? You guys see him sitting in front of
Thanks,
you.
man.
You know, you covered pretty
I'm
good.
a little
from all
fucked
this
up,
shit.
probably. You probably see something, but
It's a little off maybe in some areas,
A
but
little off.
you're still functioning well, dude.
Right, dude. Still holding a job and a family.
Exactly, absolutely. So I'm just
No,
saying
so
it's-
anyways, yeah. So this house in Malibu, you know, so I ended up just throwing my head on the ground, and they were to go into their corners, and then it was really weird, dude, because all of a sudden I like transformed to this like little reunion of my childhood, and like every little table I walked to was like some memorabilia of my childhood. Like I don't know how this happened, so I'm like
You were seeing
almost
this shit?
crying, like oh like, and then all of a sudden the chick comes up, she's like, oh, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know, I gotta go to the beach, I want to see the water. So me being fucking stupid, I get in my car, and this is basically the story, you know, I almost drove off a cliff, dude, like, and it's a really dumb fucking reason to almost kill yourself, dude, you know, like, definitely some, okay,
but,
so,
but your mind wasn't obviously in the right.
this windy road, dude, there's only one curve that has, you know those big giant chains that stop you
Yeah,
from driving
yeah.
off a
Oh,
cliff?
yeah,
It's the only curve that has the giant chain that's protecting a house. If that chain was not there,
You did.
I would have landed on someone's house.
Wow.
Yeah.
The roof, bro. You would have just plowed through.
And then
someone's roof.
I got fucked by some Armenian tow truck driver, dude. He basically
Wait. You got fucked by
Not
by a
literally,
tow driver?
no, that sounds bad.
That's what you just said.
Hey there,
I got fucked by
boy.
this Armenian tow truck
we
driver.
were on PCH Highway. No, that's the crazy part of the story. So that's right. So I was driving. All of a sudden, I saw it coming. I slammed my brakes. I couldn't stop in time, and then the chain literally just slices through my car like butter. Right, just like towards the middle of my hood. So all of a sudden, she's like, "What's wrong? What happened? What's wrong?" I reverse, and as fast as I get out of there, and I just start driving down the hill. And I'm like, "Nothing's wrong, baby. Everything's good. Don't worry about it." Meanwhile, there's white smoke fucking just coming out of my hood. I'm just
Your
like,
car's fucked. Your car is fucked,
so
dude.
I go all the way down this windy hill, at least 2-3 miles, bro. And I was going fast too. Still, like I still didn't learn my lesson. I was too fucked up. I got on PCH Highway. Then all of a sudden, everything just tunnel vision, and I just heard, and all of a sudden my eyes just focused on my engine meter, and it was like clicking to the hot, like clicking to the hot.
Your shit's already
Like,
blowing.
dude,
Your
you
head
gotta
gas is
stop.
like, dog.
You gotta
I'm
stop.
done.
I was like,
dude.
oh my
You
god, the
gotta
car's
stop.
gonna blow up, and she got so scared, dude. She pull over, and we pulled over. You know, that's when some tow truck driver comes, dude. He like basically hustles me into his shop, in some Van Nuys shady shop, where they totally messed my car up. I was so grateful I had an insurance company that actually helped me out. Like, but it was crazy, man. Like, yeah, it was a really, really scary situation, man. It was,
Fucking A, dude.
I learned from it. It was.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, man.
It
That's
must have been
fucking-
stressful at the time, though, huh?
That sounds intense, man. I like.
Yeah, I mean, when it happened, it didn't really make a big deal. But when I thought about it and what I did and how I put other people's lives at risk, you know, for nothing, like it was pretty stupid. You know, like it was a pretty dumb fucking thing to do. You know, like I'm not proud of it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
but
of course,
I you know, just sharing with the
Yeah,
story.
we all grew
We're
up
out here at
from
the
it.
beach. Yeah, we all grow
Yeah.
from this.
Yeah.
And
We all go from it, dog.
Right here at the
That's
beach,
right.
and that vibe is right. You wanted to share with them learning a lesson that you learned from a major lesson. Jesus.
But I almost feel like that sense of spirit that Morrison had on the rooftop has visited me several times in my life, and I feel like he's visited all of us. That's why I kind of brought that up, where it's like, because like, you guys are in music, you know, and we know that music has a lot of unspoken, like spiritual shit involved with music. You know what I mean? So it's just
Powerful.
that's why one of the reasons why I brought it up is because
Yeah, so that's how it ties into the whole.
right, yeah. So you know.
No, it's good. But you know, we're getting close to that time. But before we go, I'm gonna put you on the spot, my boy. Freestyle
Yeah.
right
Oh,
now. I gotta
shit.
pick a beat, man.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
pick a
guys
beat.
got a beat.
You got a beat. Leo, we can play or
Damn, that's. Fuck, okay.
Yeah, I think I got something. A little something.
little something. Go.
Right,
All right, so we're gonna wait before we start this. So we're gonna play this beat over again. Yeah, a little technical difficulty. So we're gonna play this beat, and now Leo, Mems just brought Leo in on this. So Leo, you're gonna go ahead and do this off for your boy. You don't normally
It's all-
spit,
it's all
but we're bringing him back
top
to
of
his
the
roots
dome.
right now. What a way to end the podcast. Let's do this, boys. Go ahead, Leo. Start us off.
All right,
Let the beat drop, you know.
all right. So I'm only doing this once.
All right.
Yo, I'm on now. I'm about to make you smile. I got the profile, man. You waited a while. I don't rap that much, but I guess I'll do it. Cause it's music and I'm trying to make you lose it.
I gotta get the grip. Gotta be stuck up on the tip. Sometimes a rapping, you know what it is. Confusion, illusion. I gotta be the crucifix. Never mind, I gotta believe it. I'm like a genius. Motherfuckers gotta go see this. I come between this, rapping like a damn dawn. I don't give a damn. I come on like I'm Spawn killing clowns. I don't even know the sound. Profound, the underground got me on the pound. Smoking Buddha just to look into the fucking sky. And then I realize it's my reflections of my eyes. Cause I am high. Chilling with my homies in the squad. Interview, I'm feeling kind of odd. Cause it's the first time doing it with my other brother. Fuck it, dog, we brothers even though we have different mothers. Cause I'm about the soul, not the blood. I'm glad I wasn't a damn thug. I was an MC rapping the aggressions. As an adolescent with no question, I hear the dimensions. Chilling with my dogs, I was inspired. Through the soul like I'm Kanye in The Wire. Motherfucker, you stay flat like some broken tires. I don't give a damn, I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
I'm rolling like I'm lying, but I'm not lying. I'm behind it, surviving the highest mountain like I'm Mount Everest. I don't give a damn, I'm always on some better shit. I was a youngin' trying to find my style. Like you said, we're making everybody smile. Broken zoo, I'm all up in the wild. Man, I was into this shit since I was a child. Rapping, dog, I gotta get the gecko. Drinking, Modelo. I don't even know, man, I just gotta say it. Don't spray it. You after me with words like delaying. Entertaining.
They say I'm playing the same thing. They say what it means for me to say you're lame cause you're in it for fame. You know this. My desires like Jehovah's. I breathe fire like revelations. I'm saying that I belong in the sky, right? Like why Christ? Not to say his name in vain the same way to say that I'm playing. So fuck it, I'm insane in the brain. I smoke that hocus pocus.
All right, we throwing you in the booth, ArmShark.
We threw ArmShark in the booth. Hey, bro. Hey, we need a Memnoch featuring ArmShark track right now.
No, hey, Memnoch just
Bro,
inspired
did you see him?
me.
You inspired someone to hop in.
I was just like,
Did you want to do one more freestyle, or you got one left to use? You're good. All right, I said okay. So we went into the end. That was great. I didn't expect that. All right, my co-host just jumped in right now, and Memnoch, you just inspired the boy to spit, man. You've done it before, right?
I do want to share one last proverb before we all leave.
Before we wrap it up tonight,
if that's
okay.
all right.
No, absolutely.
You know, and my proverb doesn't have to end with night. I want you guys to comment on it, what you think about it. But
Of course. Let's hear it.
you know, knowledge ages us, not time, for time is merely a product of creation.
Man, that was dope as fuck.
Time is timeless. Are you so
Timeless talk right here. Crazy House Entertainment,
That was really dope.
Menlock, Leo Legendary, AJ coming at you, Venice Beach live.
Vibes.
Woo!
Thank you guys for having us.
All right, well, you guys know where to find us. Like I said, the other platforms are coming soon. We appreciate you guys for loaning us your ears for the past 45 to 50 minutes. God bless you guys. We'll see you next week.